Hello everyone, welcome to this edition of The Take. Yes, The Take is now officially on Saturdays. Yeah, The Take is on Saturdays, then Thursdays. Weather switch up, but we're going to be the weekend edition of The Take. So, thank you all for watching this edition of Saturday's edition of The Take on the 24th of April, 2021. I'm your host as always, Kenny Dix here on the Saturday edition of The Take. Yeah, we kind of like that. Yeah, in games and in sandwich, so hey, it's a good thing. But first thing first, join in the conversation using the hashtag TakeHereOnConnect. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe is caring. Tell a friend, call a friend, hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing here on The Take. All right, we got a lot to get to. Let's get to the big story. The big story is, all right, we all know the verdict is in for Derek Chauvin. I said it on Connect now with Brittany Shea. Brittany Shea had to correct me, but hey, I said Derek. He said Derek. Davon. I said Davon. She said Derek. I said okay. So the jury is in as Derek Chauvin has been guilty of all 3 counts of the murder of George Floyd. Many of you may recall that Memorial Day weekend of last year where Chauvin was a police officer. He was trying to restrict George Floyd. He did so too much by adding pressure to George Floyd's neck that thus killed George Floyd through suffocation. Well, a year later, Chauvin has known his fate with this.
Half hours of deliberations. The president saying this is a step forward and revealing tonight that he talked with George Floyd's family and to his young daughter, who he told, your daddy has changed the world with a legacy of peace and justice that you should be proud of. It comes just hours after we all witnessed that camera trained on Derek Chauvin's face as the judge read the decision, guilty of second-degree murder, guilty of third-degree murder, and guilty of second-degree manslaughter. Guilty on all 3 charges, as I mentioned. The silence broken outside the courthouse. Hundreds gathered. Shouts of surprise but also relief at George Floyd Square, outside Cup Foods, where Floyd died on Memorial Day last year. And these images of George Floyd's family receiving a phone call from President Biden after the verdict, telling the family, quote, nothing is going to make it all better, but at least now there is some justice. And this image tonight from Black Lives Matter Plaza in Washington, D.C., across from the White House, a young black man falling to his knees in tears after the verdict. Within moments, Derek Chauvin was placed in handcuffs and led away, potentially facing up to 4 decades behind bars. At this hour tonight, the reaction...
It was mind-boggling to see. Many people thought justice wasn't going to be served and Derek Chauvin was going to walk out as a free man. That wasn't the case. But Derek Chauvin is now behind bars as he should be, awaiting his next sentence, which he will start in June. So Derek Chauvin, no longer a free man. I think once he did what he did to George Floyd, all his rights got stripped away. And like they say, you reap what you sow and you know what you're going to get in order to be a better human being. But Derek Chauvin that day, it was evilness and ego got in the way of him doing the right thing. Also, in celebrity news this week, we just found out that former triathlon winner and used to be known as Bruce Jenner, now Caitlyn Jenner announces her plans to run for governor. Let's take a look.
Says in part, for the past decade, we have seen the glimmer of the Golden State reduced by one-party rule that places politics over progress and special interest over people. Sacramento needs an honest leader with a clear vision. And there's definitely going to be a lot more
plans to run for governor. Okay, so is she in any way qualified for this job? And what's next for Anna? What's next, Anna?
Look, I think it's...
Maybe you want to run. Maybe you want to run.
Well, not in California, but I think it's great. Honestly, listen, we're having all of these discussions about LGBTQ rights, about transgender rights, transgenders in sports. It's a big topic in a lot of legislatures. I think breaking the glass ceiling is a good thing. A transgender Republican, mind you, Republican who is transgender. I might change some Republican minds. And Joey, don't ask me how this happened because I don't remember. But I'll tell you, a few years ago, I ended up at dinner with Katy Perry and Caitlyn Jenner. and she is incredibly passionate about political issues. I don't agree with her opinions on everything, but she's passionate. Look.
Wow, Caitlyn Jenner now announcing her plans to run for governor of the state of California after Gavin Newsom. A lot of people are doing the recall that they want him out. It's going to be a tough call, close to call. But hey, if you think Caitlyn Jenner, the type of person that the prototype of being a conservative and the conservative movement don't like her, she hired all of Trump's team. So she's gearing for a battle. Not that battle, but she will be gearing up that battle too, because a lot of people are going to be saying, you're transgender, why are you running when you should be progressive, but you're conservative? I don't know. I mean, it's just coming off weird, but hey, Caitlyn Jenner knows what she's doing. I guess I hate saying, well, you know what, it is. Also, Jennifer Lopez coming off the heels of her breakup with former baseball player, business magnate Alex Rodriguez. After last couple of weeks ago, they was trying to figure out a way to break up amongst the public, but they couldn't break up because the kids wanted them to stay. It was just doomed from the start. It was just doomed. Well, J-Lo now is surprising, going back to another ex with some new company. Take a look.
Jennifer Lopez is taking time for herself following her breakup from Alex Rodriguez. The pop star is reportedly leaning on her ex-husband Mark Anthony amid the split, a source told People. Jennifer and Mark have a great relationship. Having him around while she has had to work abroad has been very comforting, the source told the public.
Yeah, you heard the Hollywood Reports, J-Lo and Mark Anthony. She's leaning toward Mark Anthony for comfort. I hope this ain't she's trying to come back to him. Now there's been reports that she's trying to date Lenny Kravitz. I mean, Jennifer Lopez, just sit down for a minute and be single for a minute. I guess with J-Lo, she can't be left alone. She has to be with somebody and somebody at all times. I just don't get that, but you know, it is what it is. She just see what they call that. She can't be single. She needs to have company. I just don't get it. It's just weird, but that's her business. Also, on talk shows this week, former President George W. Bush is back, and he's making his media rounds around the Today Show and the Jimmy Kimmel Show to promote his painting book that many people believe that George W. Bush can really do good painting. Take a look.
I guess step one is, have I ever been tempted to defend myself publicly? And the answer is no.
No.
Not really. I mean, look, I'm out. And no, I haven't. Yeah, I guess I have been, sure. I mean,
Anything you can
anyone
share?
in particular?
Yeah.
No, I think I'm fine. If I did, Michelle Obama might not be my friend.
That friendship, by the way, has just captivated people.
Yeah.
Isn't that so funny that something so simple seems so weird to people?
Yeah, it really points out how bitter we've become.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget after McCain's funeral when I gave her the candy, I think it was Jenna said, "Hey, Dad, you're trending." And I said, not sure what that means.
You're like, what did I do?
Yeah, exactly. And it was Michelle Obama and I being friendly to each other.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Find your favorite recipes, celebrity interviews.
Accurate account of what was said?
You know, I can't remember.
That's a very good answer. Can you remember, this is something I was thinking about today too. Do you remember the nuclear codes? Like, I'm sure they changed them. I hope they changed them, but do you remember yours?
Let me tell you something. I couldn't even say the word nuclear.
In President Obama's book, he wrote that on the night the Navy SEALs Team 6 killed Osama bin Laden, he phoned you, he called you to let you know first. Do you remember where you were and what was going on when you got that call?
I do remember. I got a call from Logan, who is my assistant. I was eating a souffle. So, guess what the name of the restaurant is? Rise.
Rise.
Rise. Oh, yes, you get it? Souffle, rise.
Oh, yeah, right, sure, yeah.
Okay. And so I hustled home. She said the president wants to speak to you, and left my souffle and went home. And he got on the phone and said, we got bin Laden. And, I was very grateful he called me, appreciative of that he took time. And I was very pleased for our military and our intelligence community to hunt the guy down.
And yet, I feel like Obama owes you a souffle.
Yeah, he does.
Everyone is, I think, very interested, and you're probably tired of talking about your friendship with Michelle Obama, but I know that is a real thing and not just something that sounds like fun, but I wonder how, like, as far as friends go, like, do you have her phone number in your cell phone?
No.
You do not? Okay.
Nor does she have mine. But here's the thing. I go to a lot of funerals.
Yeah.
And so does she.
Okay.
And because of protocol, I'm always stuck next to her, or she's always stuck next to me.
Uh-huh.
And I get a little antsy during the long-winded eulogies. And so I start cracking a few jokes. And funeral jokes. And she seems to think they're funny, so I'm delighted.
Does Barack have a relationship, a similar relationship, or a relationship of any kind with Laura?
No.
He does not. No.
W. Bush making some side jokes and stuff. But a lot of people was asked about his friendship with Michelle Obama. And he elaborated with how him and Michelle Obama like to crack jokes and stuff. Well, I didn't know. I bet they'd be joking around trying to make fun of folks and make fun of people. All right. We'll be back with more Take. Don't go anywhere. This is The Take on Connect TV. This Saturday. We'll be right back. Welcome back to The Take. I'm your host as always, TG here. Glad you're here on The Take. Join us here on the Saturday edition. Like I said, we officially moved to Saturdays now instead of Thursdays, so we fine with that. But first thing first, join in the conversation using the hashtag Take here on Connect. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribers can. Tell a friend, call a friend, hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing. All right. We would have the political rundown, but I guess Caitlyn Jenner was a celebrity and trying to make a political statement. So we're going to leave the political rundown off for this week. And let's move over to the reality show clip down this week. On the reality show clip down this week. Now, if you're a fan of the Real Housewives of Atlanta, we know that one stable person that's on the show, that's been a staple of the show for a very long time, is Kandi Burruss. Well, there's been reports that Kandi threatened to leave the show if one certain individual makes her mark, makes her return back to the season, back to the series. Take a look.
Going into this reunion, shooting this last season, does it look like the end is near for you, or are you still like, I'm loving this and want to keep going?
I don't know, honestly. I mean, I feel like, it's a constant change up in the cast. It's a constant change up in where people are in their lives. I don't know is really my answer. I'm always contemplating when is my time for me to make a move. But
you have like a million jobs. You're like, literally, you just have like 50 jobs. You don't need Bravo. So it's really up to you,
Yeah, I mean, technically, yeah. I mean, it's like definitely, it's a mutual choice, I always say. It's a choice of a person if they want to stay, but also it's a choice of the network if they want you to stay. You know what I mean?
They're not going to get rid of you. But I hope you handle it better than Nene did, because she did not take it well. So,
I'm not going to speak on that.
All right.
Kandi Burruss says she will leave if Phaedra Parks return. I know Kandi and Phaedra were the best of friends in the beginning, and now they're the best of enemies. I guess Kandi wouldn't forgive Phaedra what Phaedra had done to her when making that lie up and trying to accuse her of that. And I guess I can't blame Kandi for that. When you try to help somebody and they trust are betrayed, how can you go back to that person when that person done you wrong? and that person don't feel no sorrow. So I understand, but the Real Housewives of Atlanta's ratings has been significantly dropped. So they need a shake-up, and they need a shake-up for next season. So what way to do it we can with Phaedra. But Brain, if Phaedra come back, then Apollo comes back, do co-parenting with the kids, and then Peter might come back because him and Apollo business partners. So who knows? And then I don't know Peter and Cynthia with that issue. What's going on with that? I don't know. Ooh, all right. Speaking of that, speaking of couples on Newsies this week. All right, imagine you are a owner and you see that a couple decide to have their wedding on your property, and you call the police and you want them to do something about it, but that couple refuses to leave. Take a look.
Inside is also extraordinary. Grand rooms, a bowling alley, a screening room, chef's kitchen, and a massive bar. The bride and groom decided this is where they'd say their I do's, and now they are being accused of being the ultimate wedding crashers.
This is a doozy of a story. We've been talking about it all morning.
The home outside Fort Lauderdale is actually owned by the heir to an IHOP pancake restaurant fortune. It's on the market for just over $5 million. Courtney Wilson toured the estate as a potential buyer and was so knocked out by what he saw, he decided to have his wedding there. Out went the invitations, inviting his guests to the formal wedding of the year on April 17th to what was now being called the Wilson's estate, as in Courtney Wilson. The guests were also invited to a Sunday brunch the next day. Well, all that was news to the owner, who lived in separate quarters on the estate grounds. Imagine his surprise when the Wilsons arrived. He called police.
I have people trespassing on my property, and they keep harassing me, calling me, and they say they're having a wedding here, and it's God's message, and I don't know what's going on. All I want is to stop. And they're sitting on my property right at the front gate right now.
2 officers arrived and asked the wedding party to leave. No charges were filed. Alas, a dream wedding that ended before it even began.
Yes, Inside Edition provided great insight that a couple who didn't pay for the property wants to, no, get the fuck out. I mean, get out of my property. Plain and simple. That's not yours. I don't know why do people try to do things like that when they know that's not right. Just crazy. And then they was trying to have a wedding there. Man, they got to be out their mind. How they even found out that that nobody was living there? It had to be an inside job. Somebody had to know. I'm telling you. Because ain't nobody finna go around your property, living there, and that happens, but that's just kind of beyond. I'm telling you. Ugh. What's beyond this is now finally the viral video of the week. On the viral video of the week. Ooh, man. All right, you think when you come to a party, we're coming after this post-pandemic, you think people will just do what they must. But this woman wants some clout, but she posted the most nasty and the most disgusting act that anybody have ever seen. Take a look.
Bad start. And we have ice cream snacks pop all around. I feel like there's a hole in my wallet. So just a whole thing of ice cream in the toilet too, because one wasn't bad enough. Weird that you're putting ice cream on top of ice. Outside of the fact that it's in the toilet, I don't like how this video started off with a white woman on her knees in front of a toilet. Y'all can hear the video, but the cameraman is very excited and turned on by this. He lifting up the back of this thing. I don't like how supportive he is. I feel like he failed us as a part of the male species. I would like him excommunicated. Sour Patches in the back of the toilet. And then just, airheads. Yeah, just waste all the candy. Because, just eating it the normal way wasn't good enough, apparently. This is nothing but privilege on display with all this money being wasted. I've never seen money or any of these delicious snacks being disrespected in such a way in my life. I feel like the dad from Everybody Hates Chris just looking at $32.89 worth of snacks just being thrown literally down the toilet. This is just disrespectful on so many levels. Put your hand down, because you're too excited for this. She looks like such a normal person. You just can't tell what's going on up in people's brains. Sometimes nothing is going on. So we're going to put that back up there because, this is completely normal. Nothing is wrong here because, we're about to, I guess, eat, digest. I'm not sure what we're about to do. Something with all this shit that's in the toilet. Like they've never heard of a bowl because they haven't actually mixed or stirred anything. She's like, oh yeah, that piece of candy that just came out of a package is delicious since it came out of the toilet. All that extra bacteria. Every day we just stray further and further away from God. Just every day. It's ridiculous. Then they show all these people, all these enablers out here who need to be arrested right along with them. This is ghetto. This is a hate crime. This is a lot of other bad words I can't think of. So you flush the toilet, a clogged up toilet, mind you, to have all those liquids pour into this toilet, which again, one, you could have poured it all into the toilet bowl, and then two, you can actually get a regular fucking bowl. See, this is why COVID has been getting around like it has, because these are the decisions people make on a regular basis. I don't want to live on this earth anymore. I don't necessarily want to die. I just want to find another planet where there's no people at, and I can just stay there and isolate by myself because I feel like it's a lot safer. Because these are the same people who are allowed to vote in elections. They're allowed to drive cars. This might be an employee at your local fast food restaurant preparing your food. All I'm saying is, give up hope. Dreams are for suckers. Now, if y'all don't mind, I'm about to go.
She put ice in a toilet, and she put ice cream sherbet, and then she put candy, fruity candy, and some punch in the back of the toilet. And then she trying to make a punch. Lady, you nasty. Ain't no way around about it. You nasty. You couldn't tell me you couldn't go buy a bowl at Dollar Tree, a big bowl, but you decided you wanted to take that bowl and put it in the toilet. Man, and then they drinking it and they looking like, what in the world is this? Tasting it, you probably told me it was toilet water. Man, you sick. You disgusted. You disgust me. That's nasty. That's just, you made everything that wrong with the world now with you. If you're gonna have a party, it would have been simple. Just got a bowl, got some ice inside the bowl, and then put punch in it, and then put the sherbet, and then put the whatever candy you're gonna put. Not put it in the toilet. That's nasty. Super nasty. Screaming nasty. Nasty to beyond nasty. Man, I know some nasty people in the world, but man, you take the cake. Just move out. Wow. This is our first Saturday on the show to take, and we got to do this. All right, y'all. That's it for the take this week. For me being Kenny Dick saying so long, we'll see you next Saturday for another edition of the take. See you later.